Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 728th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. As we've said in other battle videos, Rome Total War is now over 18 years old, which is quite old for a computer game. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to do new games with different money, different rules. We're trying to inject some new enjoyment and fun into our RTW battles, and I hope you enjoy them. This is a 40k no rules battle, and it is fought on the Germanic map with the big open plains if you want to fight out in the open, or as we've said before, you can hide your troops in the trees and spring out those nasty ambushes onto enemy troops. Of course, if you bring barbarian factions, you'll get the winter and the woods bonus as well. So I always think there's a lot going for this map. Remember, it's a 40k no rules battle. Okay, our first teammate is a Brotherhood member Uther. He's called himself Striker Q, but it's Brotherhood member Uther. Now he's got 12 horse archers, 6 camel cataphracts and 1 elephant. Yes, 12 horse archers. Okay, there they are. The pink pajama wearing horse archers there. As I say, they can bring a lot of firepower, 12 of them, but remember, in 40k the enemy units are going to be a lot better upgraded than they would be in 31k, so it'll be interesting to see if they still do the same damage. Now there's the camel cataphracts. Now it's unusual to bring camels on a non-desert map. Remember, these camel cataphracts get a bonus on a desert map, but they certainly won't get a bonus on a winter map. Camels do bring fear to enemy cavalry, but as I say, it's unusual to see camel cataphracts on a non-desert map. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do during the course of the battle. And there you are. You can see he's got his general is an elephant unit there. Parthian elephant general. If you look, you'll see the general up on top of the elephant there. So, as I say, this is all experimental, this is all new to us, so we're all experimenting with different army builds and different factions. So there's Uther's all cavalry army there, no infantry, all cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see how he does with that during the course of the battle. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Spearman. Now Spearman's got 10 horse archers, 7 cataphracts and 2 artillery. Once again, no infantry. Okay, just like to show you the difference here between the two lots of horse archers. You've got the cataphract archers and the ordinary horse archers. Now the horse archers' arrow is 7 and their defense is just 2. Okay, so their arrow is 7, defense is 2. The cataphract archers they've got the same arrow strength of 7, but they've got a 22 defense. So there's a massive difference between the two units. That's why the cataphract archers are so more expensive than the ordinary horse archers. Then you've got his cataphracts there. If you count the upgrade, oh my gosh, fully upgraded cataphracts there. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. If you look closely, they're armored from head to toe, and of course that's why we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world. Okay, and he's got 2 artillery there as well. There's the artillery, the onagers. Okay, but once again, no infantry. No infantry in his army, so his army is all cavalry as well. As I say, no infantry at all. So Spearman's army is exactly the same as Uther's army, no infantry, all cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see how this battle goes with so much cavalry there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now Barclayman's got 5 archers, 4 chosen axemen, 6 berserkers, and 4 cavalry, and armoured spear unit there. Right, so there's the effective against armour axemen. As I say, remember those axes are effective against armour and can cut wide swathes through heavily armoured troops like Roman infantry. There's the spear warband. Now remember, those spears are anti-cavalry, but you'd be surprised on how strong this unit is at holding up enemy infantry. Many years ago, you'd see 3 or 4 of these units in the Germanic army, but you don't see them used that much these days. But they are an underestimated unit, and I think you'd be quite surprised by how tough those units are. And then we've got the infamous berserkers with their effective against armor maces, their 2 hit points, and the massive morale sapping abilities that they've got. Remember, sapping the morale of enemy troops make them more susceptible to routing, and that's exactly what these berserkers do. And he's got 6 of them. Remember, in our ordinary 31k rules we only have 3, but there you are, you can see he's got 6 there. So that could maybe make the difference towards the possibly towards the end of the battle there. Okay, and he's got his elite chosen archers there. Remember, he's got long range, do a lot of damage. And he's got his Gothic cavalry. If you count the upgrades there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fully upgraded Gothic cavalry. Check out the specifications of this cavalry and you'll find out they're really tough. They're also an underestimated unit there. Okay, so there's Barclayman's Germanic army. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander. Now I've got 13 Spartans, 3 archers and 4 artillery. Okay, 13 archers, 13 Spartans, 3 archers, 3 artillery. If you have a look here, you'll see that most of my Spartans have got 7 upgrades on and experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. But I've just got a couple of units here with just gold shield, gold attack. But we know Spartans do well with just gold shield, gold attack anyway. So that's my Greek cities army, my 40k Greek cities army. And there's my 4 artillery pieces there as well. So quite a diverse team. We've got Parthia with Uther. We've got Armenia with Spearmen. We've got Germania with Barclayman. And myself with Greek cities. This is a cracking 40k no rules battle. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought I'd show you my 40k Greek cities battle formation here. As you can see, it's all about trying to protect the artillery more than anything there. And of course, the archers are protected as well, as you can see with this battle formation. The only trouble is with a defensive battle formation like this can be like a sitting duck formation for enemy artillery. See, if enemy troops come around the flank, I've got those couple of Spartans there to try and defend around that flank. And if anybody comes around the other flank, I've got those Spartans to defend on that flank as well, trying to protect the artillery. And I've got my general at the back that can also act as a blocking force if enemy troops get round behind us. So as I say, that's my 40k Greek cities battle formation. Be interesting to see how well it holds up during the course of the battle, as I'm going to be the anchor of the team. And here is the other team. We'd just like to say welcome back to Conan, the co-founder of the Brotherhood. He's just taken a year's break from Rome Total War and has just come back now. And it's nice to see him back. Remember that Conan and Conan co-founded the Brotherhood back in January 2005, and when they first started playing, they played for 25k each. Then we went to 30k each, and I suppose for the last 13-14 years we've been playing 31k each. Well, this battle of course is a 40k no rules battle, and I was wondering how Conan would think of this battle, like, you know, just coming back to RTW and finding himself thrown into a 40k no rules battle. But he said he enjoyed it after the battle. So Conan's got 15 Sacred Band Spearmen, 2 artillery and 3 elephants. Okay, if you have a look at the upgrades on his battle formation now, you'll see he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his forward units, and then he's got 7 upgrades on the rest of his units there. So he's got staggered upgrades through his battle formation. And I thought this might be quite interesting for you to see here, the difference in elephant sizes. Can you see that the ordinary elephants, look at that, they're just elephants there. Look at the small size they are in comparison to armoured elephants. Just look at the difference in size there. I mean, that's amazing. And of course the armoured elephants have got archers on them as well to be able to shoot at the enemy troops. So as I say, it's a big difference between these two types of elephants, and the price reflects that as well. If you see how much armoured elephants are in comparison to ordinary elephants, you can see a real difference there. But I just thought that was interesting. Remember also, elephants can be used very tactically. You don't need to throw them in at the beginning of the battle. You can, if you use them tactically, they can be a very, very powerful group of units to bring there. Right, okay, their next teammate is someone who's called himself OTD Chimrazig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now Scorpion's got 6 pikes, 6 artillery, 7 cataphracts and 1 elephant. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his cataphracts, and you'll see that he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cataphracts there. And quick look at the upgrades on his pikeman there, and oh yes, he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his pikeman. So it goes to show that these 40k battles units are a lot more upgraded than they would be in the 31k battle. And notice his pike units are in open order to suffer less casualties from archers. And there you are, you can see his 6 artillery pieces there, 6 onagers. Imagine the firepower that he could lay down onto us with them. And then he's got 1 unit of armoured elephants there. Okay, so there's his armoured elephants. And if you notice there, can you see how he spread his battle formation out there? Okay, I think that's because he knows he's up against 2 cavalry armies. That's why he spread his pikemen out like he has, and he's got his cavalry in the centre there. So, as I say, that's why he spread that battle formation out like that. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Lando. Now, Lando has got 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. 15 infantry, 5 cavalry, no artillery, but notice that his infantry have got 7 upgrades on, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So straight away you know his infantry is going to be tough, and he usually brings good cavalry. Oh my gosh, 2, 3, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, 3 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Remember, that takes this cavalry out of the elite bracket into the super cavalry bracket there. So that's Lando's army, and I think that's a pretty tough Roman army there, 40k Roman army. Right, let's go and see if we can find our last teammate, who I think is hiding in the woods somewhere. Look, he's right back at the rear of the woods there, I think. Ah, there he is. And that is Brotherhood member Wulver. Now get ready for this, okay? He's got 20 cavalry units, 15 Praetorian cavalry, okay, and 5 of the armoured cavalry general units there, look. The Roman armoured cavalry general. So he has got, as I say, 20 cavalry units, 15 Praetorian cavalry, and 5 Roman armoured general units there. So that is a heck of a lot of cavalry. Obviously the team has decided that one of their team members is going to bring all that cavalry to try and counter the 2 cavalry armies that we've got in our team. Okay, so there's the enemy team. This has got the potential to be a cracking 40k no rules battle. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see Spearman's got a couple of his horse archers out there. You must be very aware, though, of the artillery that the enemy's got. If he just stands there, he could get hit. Or you can see some fire pots coming in on him now. Look, bang and bang there. That's already caused him some more casualties there. My guess is he's going to run those horse archers forward to maybe start trying to shoot into those Seleucid pikemen there, which we know are very susceptible to missile damage. But just look at those fire pots coming in on trying to get those horse archers there. Okay, just pause the game for a second here. Can you see that Scorpion King's got his cavalry in wide formation there? And that's to try and cover more ground and kind of try and hoover up the horse archers as he heads towards them there. Okay, that's why he's got his cavalry in wide formation there. Did you see his own fire pot just caused him some casualties of his own cavalry there? Now remember that because this is 40k, units are going to be a lot better upgraded than they would be in 31k. So I'm not sure that horse archers will do the same damage to enemy units as they would in a 31k battle. As I say, the horse archers here will be shooting their arrows in the same as they would be in any other type of battle, but as I say, units are going to be better upgraded in this particular battle, so horse archers won't be doing the same. Okay, so here we are going over to Uther's flank, this right flank here, and remember he's got 12 horse archers hiding somewhere in the woods there. Oh, there they are. Remember, they hide in the woods until they move, and the moment a unit moves, you can then see them. So there's 12 horse archers. Imagine the firepower that amount of horse archers can bring to the battlefield. But as I say, on 40k, units are going to be a lot better upgraded than they would be in a normal 31k battle. So I'm just wondering whether horse archers can do the same damage as they would on a 31k battlefield, if you see what I mean. So you can see those 12 horse archers moving forward there. And over here you'll see that Scorpion King SR is taking his cataphracts back now from chasing those horse archers. There, he's routed one unit, but my guess is that that unit will rally. But you can see Spearman moving that horse archer unit forward yet again there. And as I say, you can see the 12 horse archer units of Uther there, shooting their arrows into that Seleucid pike unit. But remember that Scorpion King's put that unit into open order to suffer less casualties from missiles. And don't forget, it's got 8 upgrades on, 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So like I say, that units that are better upgraded will suffer less damage from missiles than they would, like say on a 31k battlefield where units are less upgraded there. So as I say, 12 horse archers there. But here you can see Lando bringing his fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry here over to chase those horse archers away. Nobody really wants to lock horns with fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry if they can possibly help it, because, as we said before, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry is in the super bracket there, and very difficult to kill. Okay, so just to say here, you can see that my Spartan battle formation is just forming up there. And you can see here that Spearman's horse archers still shooting into those pike units. Okay, so just to say here, because I'm the only one in our team that's got decent holding infantry, I'm going to be the anchor of the team. I'm going to form up a defensive formation here, and the rest of my team, which is mostly cavalry and Germanic troops here, are going to try and fight round my battle formation. So as I say, I'm going to be the anchor of the team here and hold this particular position while my allies move round the battlefield. Okay, you can see that my artillery hasn't reached my battle formation yet, because of course those units over there can run, but the onagers, because they're so heavy, of course, can only walk. So that's why the onagers haven't reached the battle formation yet, because as I say, they can't run, they can only walk. Okay, over here, now this is what worries me a bit. Scorpion King's got 6 artillery units, 6 onagers, and imagine if he starts shooting fire pots into that defensive battle formation of mine. Imagine the damage that could be done there. I mean, really, I think with 40k no rules, when the enemy's got artillery, a defensive formation can be a sitting duck for the enemy artillery, if you see what I mean. Because obviously I've formed up there as the anchor of the team, but those fire pots start coming in, they could absolutely devastate that defensive formation of mine there. So we just have to see what the enemy does during the course of the battle. Here you can see Spearman's got one of his artillery units there, and I noticed that he's shooting boulders here, and he's aiming at the enemy artillery units. Remember, boulders are more accurate but do less damage, so they're ideal for taking out enemy artillery. And then of course the fire pots, even though they are inaccurate, are better for taking out enemy units, because if you do score a hit, you will kill loads of the enemy troops. Okay, so over here on our right flank, let's say you got 12 units of horse archers from Uther and 2 more horse archers from Spearman there. So, well, you got 14 horse archers here on our right flank. But of course, if the enemy decided to advance on that right flank, then those horse archers, the only thing they could do is just keep falling back all the time. And it'll be interesting to see how the enemy is going to go about this battle. So as I say, you can see my Greek city's battle formation there, the anchor of the team. But as I say, I am a little bit concerned about enemy artillery coming in and doing damage to my battle formation. Here you'll see that Barclayman's moving his Germanic archers back a little bit. I thought this was quite interesting here. Can you see he's moving his archers back, guarded by his spear warband, 121 man spear warband there, which of course are anti-cavalry. So if Scorpion King tried to charge his cavalry straight into our archers, then those anti-cavalry spear unit there would neutralise the cavalry hit there. But as I say, you can see Barclayman moving his Germanic army back a little bit there. Let's say that my defensive formation has already been hit. A fire pot has already hit one of my units there and weakened it. So as I say, when 6 artillery units start shooting fire pots in onto my defensive formation, that could be absolutely devastating. We'll just have to see how the enemy team plays this. There you are, you can see the fire pots coming in. Do you notice that my archers are in open order? They seem to suffer less damage from artillery fire because they're in open order. So there's, as I say, this is all experimental and new to us, so we're just trying to learn the best way. Maybe I should have my Spartans in open order. I think that probably would be the best bet there in this battle formation, instead of them having them in close tight formation like we would in the 31k battle. Okay, so you can see my allies troops there are forming up behind my battle formation there, ready to fight round my battle formation, if you see what I mean, when the enemy get a little bit more close. But as I say there, I am a bit of a sitting duck for artillery fire. There you can see a berserker unit of Barclayman's there. He's just put the other side of those that small little wooded area there, maybe to spring onto the enemy troops. You can see, as I say, Barclayman's pulled his archers back there away from all those enemy cavalry. And as I say there, it'll be interesting to see how the enemy are going to... I can see a lot of fire pots coming in towards my battle formation now, as you can see them coming in. Here's a bird's eye view from my infantry's position there. As I say, we haven't been hit. I think we've only suffered a couple of fire pot hits on the battle formation, but I can see a lot more of those fire pots coming like a bang as they come in there, bang, bang there, as they really form it. As I say, I think in 41k no rules, a defensive formation really is a sit-in duck. Can you see what I mean there? I mean, it really is, isn't it? Just sat there ready to be smashed by enemy artillery. Okay, luckily I've got some of my artillery over there now, but as I say, maybe I should have put my Spartans in open order. That might have been the best bet. As I say, I've got some of my artillery now ready to reply to the enemy troops there. I'm going to aim for that enemy SBQR Roman army there. As I say, you can see all my allies basically in behind my Spartan battle formation there. So as I say, a few of my fire pots. Oh, that was a good hit. Bang, bang. 2 good hits there. 3rd hit there as well. So as I say, my artillery is now targeting Lando's SBQR army there. You can see there where I've had another fire pot hit one of my battle line infantry units there. But as I say, you can see units in open order certainly do suffer a lot less casualties from artillery fire than the ones in close, tight formation. I think in 31k we're so used to having our... Oh my gosh, look at that for a fire pot hit there. I mean, oh my god. So you can see my battle line now, look, is getting absolutely smashed by the artillery. And which was I was a little bit worried about, as I said earlier. Look at the damage that fire pot's done. Knocked that unit down to 29 men. Oh my gosh, so that's the damage that fire pots can do, and that's what I said. This is all about learning. Look, there's another fire pot there. Got rid of all those Spartans there. And I say, it's all experimental. We're learning the 40k no rules battle here. So next time I set up a Spartan formation, I'll make sure I put my Spartans in open order there, to try and avoid the massive damage that those fire pots are inflicting on me. Remember, Scorpion King's got 6 artillery pieces there. As I say, we've managed to land a couple of fire pots on Lando's infantry, so I've managed to weaken them a little bit there. There's another, that's another good hit there from one of my fire pots. So let's pause the game for a second. So as you can see here, Lando, being his usual aggressive self, is moving his infantry over to the left, but we've got Germanic archers in behind him there. And what I was thinking there was, if we could move there, you can see now Uther is moving his 12 horse archers, okay, over to that left flank where Lando is, and he's moving his camel cataphracts as well. Now that's great, but imagine if Spearman here and Barclayman with his Germanic army all teamed up with Uther, and they all went over to that left flank. That's what I was thinking. I don't know what you guys are thinking here watching this, but I'm thinking, if all my allies now, as I say, fought around my battle formation, leave my battle formation holding the front there, but brought all their troops over to this left flank, and then smashed into Lando's army there with all of their cavalry and that Germanic infantry, imagine the damage. We would probably rout Lando's army there, but at the moment it's only Uther taking his 12 horse archers and his cataphract camels over there at the moment. Okay, so it'd be interesting to see if our allies join him over on that left flank. Okay, you can see Scorpion King has brought his pike units very close to my Spartans there, and my archers are shooting into them, trying to cause them casualties as well. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So you can see that Barclayman, remember we saw that berserker unit just by the trees there? He sent that berserker unit in there to attack the SBQR troops of Lando. We've got the horse archers over here ready to shoot into them, and he's got his camel cataphracts ready to charge in as well, has Uther. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Now, it wouldn't surprise me there if Lando moves his army back there to face the cavalry attack coming in on him. But those berserkers are still chasing his units there. Remember, that berserker unit's going to be sapping morale away from his cavalry there. And there's a Germanic cavalry going to try and ram home that berserker's attack there, like a bang as it charges in there. More Germanic cavalry going in there, like a bang and bang as that Gothic cavalry smashes it into that SBQR infantry. But remember that Lando's infantry have all got an experienced striped gold shield gold attack. Right, here comes the camel cataphracts going in wedge formation for more impact, more penetration there, like a bang as they charge into Lando's infantry there. Okay, so they're making inroads into Lando's SBQR infantry along with the Germanic cavalry and that berserker unit. Okay, so they are making good inroads into Lando's SBQR army. And don't forget those 12 horse archers there will be shooting in as well. But what I was thinking there was, if our allies here had combined their attack. Imagine if our Germanic ally and our Armenian ally had brought all their troops over to that left flank with Uther, and they done a combined attack onto Lando's army there. Do you see what I mean? If they brought all these troops over here and they all smashed into Lando's army, there would be no question that Lando's army would be completely routed. And that's something that I think, you know, when you watch a battle replay, you know, all the time you can see things that you can do differently. And I bet when when my teammates watch this battle, they probably think, yeah, I bet they wish they'd brought all their troops over to this left flank, where they could have probably definitely taken out Lando's army. Now you'll see Scorpion King bringing his Seleucid cataphracts across here as well. Now I think at this stage, if I was Uther, I think about moving my cavalry away from this situation, and there are several reasons for that. Okay, here you've got Lando's fully upgraded cavalry there. If you notice, you've got Wulver's 15 Praetorian cavalry at the back there moving towards them as well. Plus you've got SBQR infantry here. Okay, you got throwing pilers into Uther's cavalry. Plus you've got the Seleucid cataphracts, a well upgraded Seleucid cataphracts coming in as well. Plus there's SBQR infantry there as well. So I think from Uther's point of view, it might be a good idea just to pull his cavalry back. Okay, and then maybe his teammates can come over and they can join up there. But if he just leaves his cavalry there, there's a good chance that he's going to get smashed and crashed by a lot of enemy troops there. Look at the cataphracts of Scorpion King moving forward there. And over here, as I say, the fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry of Lando charging in as well there. So as I say, you don't really want to mess with the fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. And there you can see, it looks like Uther's going to attack again. Looks like he's going to attack those Seleucid cataphracts there with his camel cataphracts there. You can see he's charging in there with his camel cataphract. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So you've got Lando's fully upgraded cavalry here chasing away the horse archers, and he could charge into the rear of Uther's cataphract cavalry. You can see the Seleucid cataphracts, and look at Wulver's 15 Praetorian cavalry units there moving across. And then he's got his other armoured cavalry units over in that particular position of the battlefield there. But all this cavalry now moving in on Uther's cavalry alone. Can you see our teammates are still on the other flank there? So as I say, it would have been a good idea for Uther to have pulled all his cavalry back at this stage. Look, and bang, as he charges those camel cataphracts in there. But he needs to look at what he's up against. There's enemy infantry there. There's more enemy cavalry coming in as well. It wouldn't surprise me if his entire cataphracts here mass routed there. Can you see the impact of those infantry coming in behind them? There's a fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry unit going to smash into the rear, like, and bang, as that charging. Right, let's pause the game for a second. So all of Uther's camel cataphracts have now been routed there. Okay, you've got Lando's SBQR infantry that was going in. You've got those well upgraded Seleucid cataphracts of Scorpion King. You've got some more SBQR cavalry of infantry of Lando's going in there from behind. You've got a cavalry unit hitting them from behind, and all of Wulver's 15 Praetorian cavalry units charging in as well. So there you go. That's all of Uther's camel cataphracts have now been taken out. And here you can see Lando's fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry there chasing down the horse archers of Uther as well. So for all intents and purposes, really, our left flank has now been broken. Okay, our left flank has now been broken. Here you'll see my battle formation there, as the front row has been pretty well decimated by artillery fire, but also now I'm starting to fire pots at Conan's. Whoa, that was a good hit at Conan's Carthage Sacred Band units here. Oh, another good hit as well there. Whoa, nearly took that whole unit out. So my fire pots now are hitting Conan's Sacred Band units there. Oh, that was been a good hit on the general unit there, hoping to take the general out there. But as I say, you can see that I'm weakening the Carthage army with my fire pots there. But as you can see, my army has been greatly weakened by fire pots as well. Okay, just look at my front line there. I mean, look at that one unit there. Look, it's been reduced. That one Spartan unit there, look, has been reduced to 7 men from 81 men. Right down to 7 men there, just killed by fire pots. So it just goes to show the damage that fire pots can do to our infantry there. But also, as I said, I'm getting a little bit of payback here on the Carthaginian units there by hitting them with my fire pots as well. But Conan may well see my units as weakened now and decide to attack with his Carthaginians. Right, now at this stage of the battle, can you see that Barclayman has decided to take his Germanic army over to the left flank now? Okay, and hopefully his Armenian allies will back him up as well, because our left flank, as I say, it needs shoring up now. Looking at all that cavalry, don't forget there's SBQ or infantry in amongst them as well, and it looks to me like they may well try and roll us up from left to right here. Okay, as you can see, all those enemy cavalry moving round. Another fire pots here coming in on my battle formation there, but as I say, I'm getting a bit of revenge back by hitting the Carthage units there with my fire pots. But you can see a lot of my infantry units have been really damaged by the enemy troops there. Right, here you can see the Seleucid and Parthian elephants actually fighting each other. When do you ever see that on our battles there? Like Parthian elephants and Seleucid elephants. There's some Parthian horse archers in there as well, trying to help their elephant general against those troops there. Let's pause the game for a second. So over here you'll see the mass of enemy cavalry and some SBQ or infantry, but just look at that mass of cavalry there up against our troops. Okay, now as I say, our Germanic general's moving his infantry over there, and you can see that Spearman's bringing his Armenian cataphracts over here as well. Okay, so there you are, you can see the German troops charging into Wulver's cavalry there, but you can see some enemy Seleucid cavalry attacking as well, and there goes the Armenian cataphracts. Look, bang, as they charge in there. You've got the berserker units in there as well, but oh, that's good, we've just taken the Carthage general out with a fire pot there. That's good news. But the thing is, yes, we've got the berserkers there, but can you see how they're limited in what they can do? Right, let's just pause the game for a second. So you can see all 4 of these berserker units have now been activated. Okay, but if you look at the enemy troops there, they're cavalry, and of course cavalry aren't affected by the morale sapping abilities of berserkers. Can you see? None of the cavalry units are frightened by enemy troops. But if you look at the enemy infantry, can you see intimidated by nearby enemy? So these infantry are being affected by the berserkers. Okay, so they're being affected by the berserkers. They're having their morale sapped away. Okay, but cavalry do not suffer the effect of morale sapping units as berserkers. So those berserkers are being thrown in there, they've been activated, but they're not having the morale sapping effect as they would if they were on infantry. So I thought you might find that quite interesting. Right, here comes Lando's fully upgraded cavalry in wedge formation for more penetration and more damage, and bang, as they charge in there, routed those Armenian cataphracts on impact there. And can you see they're moving in there now to attack those berserker units that are left there? Can you see there those fully upgraded cavalry? And now you've got the SBQR infantry coming in there as well. So basically I think all of Spearman's Armenian cataphracts have now been routed from what I can see there. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So if you can see there, that's all that SBQR infantry plus all that cavalry. Look at Wulver's cavalry locked and loaded, ready to charge in, plus Lando's cavalry pulling back to lock and load to charge in as well. But as I say, all our Armenian allies heavy cataphracts now I think have been routed. Okay, you can see I think he's charging one more unit in there, but I think all the cataphracts have been routed there. And there's one berserker there. Just pause the game for a second. Can you see there's one berserker left in that berserker unit? He's the last man left. Now let's see what he's what's going to happen to him. You can see he's running towards enemy troops there, but don't forget the nearest enemy unit he will attack. And there you are, you can see there he's charging. They've knocked him down and they finally killed him, I think, there. And look at them celebrating. Can you see? Look at the writing, celebrating that they killed that last berserker of that unit there. And you can see now all the enemy troops charging in to our horse archers there. Just look at all that cavalry. You can see that Spearman has auto-attacked his cavalry into the enemy there, but of course his horse archers are just all light cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on this left flank now as the battle unfolds. Okay, at this stage of the battle here, you'll see that I've turned my general unit to face the threat of the incoming enemy cavalry. Okay, because I can see most of my allies' units have now been routed, and there is a heck of a lot of enemy cavalry there on our left flank. Okay, just look at that massive load, and of course there's SBQ infantry in amongst that as well. Now, as I say, you can see my units have been very damaged by enemy artillery shots, but I've also damaged a lot of the Carthaginian units here. I'm just wondering whether Conan's starting to think that he's going to attack now to pin and hold my Spartans while his allies' cavalry gets in behind my Spartans and smash into the rear. That's what I'm wondering if Conan's thinking at this time. Okay, but as I say, still damaging my units with fire pots. I'm trying to damage his units with fire pots. Right, okay, at this stage of the battle I decided that I'm going to turn defense into attack. With all that enemy cavalry in behind us here and the SBQ infantry, I'm thinking if I can attack Carthage and maybe take out a few of the Carthage units, I could then turn my Spartans to face the threat of the cavalry. Now, as I say, using your elephants tactically is very important here. Can you see that Conan's been keeping his elephants back right to the latter stages of the battle? And that's because these elephants have got such morale sapping abilities that enemy units that are tired and battle depleted, with their morale sapped by these elephants, will rout a lot easier. So using the elephants tactically, for instance, as I say, like keeping them towards the end of the battle before you use them, can be a really good tactical move. As I say, most people just try to throw those elephants in, like maybe at the beginning of the battle, like as tanks, and then they get routed by fire arrows and things like that. But if you lead them to the end of the battle like Conan, that's a really good tactical move. But as I say, at this stage of the battle, I'm turning defense into attack here with my Spartans, and as you can see now, I've upped spears, and I'm going to move now to attack the Carthaginians in front of me. Okay, so as you can see there, my fire pots are still shooting into the Carthaginians. Right, can you see Conan has now decided, he can see what I'm going to do, so he's now decided to attack my Spartans. Okay, so as you can see there now, I'm formed up now, and I'm going to start to attack the Carthaginians. Now, the last thing I need is a fire pots to hit my battle formation. Let's pause the game. So as I say here, you can see I've really formed up there to attack the Carthaginians. I want to try and take out them before the SBQ or infantry or enemy cavalry can come in behind me. I'd like to try and take out those Spartans, and then maybe take out those Carthaginians, and then turn my Spartans to face the threat of the cavalry. Over here, Lando's doing a good tactical job. He's using his fully upgraded cavalry to chase down the horse archers of Uther there, so they can't do any damage any longer there, because he's chasing them off the battlefield with his cavalry. Okay, so as I say here, I've got my Spartans formed up, ready to try and take out as many Carthaginian units as I can, if I can. But as I say, the last thing I would want now is for a fire pot to land in amongst my oh, that was a close one, wasn't it? The last thing I'd want is a fire pot to hit my Spartans at this stage of the battle, because that could be absolutely devastating. There you can see my Spartans moving in there. I just hope the fire pots stay away there. Oh my gosh, just looking at right in the middle of that Spartan formation there, and another one. 2 fire pots straight on my Spartans there. That is really, really bad. And another one's hit the other lot of Spartans there. But oh my gosh, that was the last thing I wanted there, was a fire pot hitting my Spartans there. So that's really poor there. Oh my gosh, and another fire pot there has just taken out my general. So I've had 3 massive fire pot hits on my infantry. You can see Lando now bringing his SBQ infantry in. It wouldn't surprise me if he still had pilots to throw into my battle damaged Spartans there as well. It's just my luck now that he would have. Oh, he has. He still has got pilots left there that he's throwing in. Oh my gosh. How unlucky is my Spartans there. And with that, the fear effect of the elephants there coming in, it wouldn't surprise me if my army mass routed now with that SBQR infantry. There you go. That's all my Spartans have now been routed now. As you can see, the elephants are moving in there, and you can see all my units now have been routed there. The fear factor of the elephants, I think, was a tipping point there, plus the damage that my units had taken from artillery fire as well. And there you know, watch the elephants smash into my routing Spartans there, like a bang, as they throw them up into the air there, as they smash into my Spartans there. So well done to the enemy team there. A well-deserved victory there. Well played to them. And as I say, all my units now have been completely routed there. So well into the enemy team. A nice tactical use of the elephants there by Conan. Right, just pause the game for a second here. Now you can see here that Spearman has rallied some of his routing units here, and he's doing a final death or glory charge. But look at Wulver's cavalry there, going to charge in. Plus you got Lando's fully upgraded cavalry as well. Looks like they're going to smash into the last few units of Spearman's Armenian units there as he's moving forward there. He looks like he's going to charge into that one pike unit of the Seleucids there. As you can see, he's charging, but just look at all that enemy cavalry coming in towards him at this stage of the battle. Bang! As he charges into that pike unit there. Looks like he's going to try and smash through to the Carthage units there. Look, but bang! As all that enemy cavalry comes in there. And that's the last of our, I think that's the last of our units has now been taken out. So well played to the other team there. I thought they played really well. Over here, of course, you can see there's dead all over the battlefield. But here, I think that was that massive battle there against all their cavalry and that SBQR infantry that came in on our Armenian cataphracts and our Germanic ally there. Remember, those berserkers were all activated, but they don't have any effect against cavalry with their morale sapping abilities. More dead there. And over here, you'll see, can you see the pajama wearing Parthian horse archers dead there. Over here is another massive cavalry battle there. Look, that's where I think we hit Lando's infantry. And as we move across over here, you can see that's the charred bodies of Conan's Carthage army there. That's all the charred bodies are where I hit them with fire pots. So as you can see, I did damage the Carthaginian army quite a lot there with fire pots. But just look at you can see the line of my defense line there. And that you can see where all my Spartans were, by all the dead, charred Spartan bodies there that were hit by those fire pots. So as I say, that's a lesson learned there. Don't have your infantry in close, tight formation. If you do form up a defensive formation, have them in open order to suffer less casualties when those fire pots hit. So that's a lesson learned there. As I say, it's 40k no rules. It's new to all of us, so we're all learning here with new armies, new tactics, new strategies, and as I say, injecting a bit of new life back into an 18-year-old game. So, and I hope you're enjoying these new type battles there. But just look at the amount of cavalry that Wulver's got left. Okay, the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well there. I was surprised it was a clear defeat. I thought we might have just got into average, but let's say it was a clear defeat. Highest kills in the game, surprisingly, goes to my Spartan army there. 1,297, nearly 1,300 kills there, which bearing in mind that I was getting smashed and crashed by those fire pots, I thought that's not too bad kills really. So well done to Conan there. As I say, not brilliant kills there, but he's still got a lot of his army left. If you look at his numbers there, still got a lot of men left, so well done to him. Well done to Scorpion King, got some good kills with his Seleucid army there. Did a lot of damage, I think, with his cataphracts there and his artillery. Well done to Lando, second highest kills in the game with that really tough Roman army he bought, fully upgraded cavalry. And look at Wulver. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but if you look at the number of men he's got left in relation to the amount of troops he bought, he's only lost about 250 men in the whole battle. So really well played, guys. As I say, really pleased that old Spartan battle formation managed to scrape in the highest kills. Well done to Barclayman there with his Germanic army. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but I thought he did well with Germania. Well done to Spearman. He probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there. But he did quite well, and well done to Uther. He definitely didn't get the kills that he wanted there with his Parthian army. But I was just thinking, if my allies, my Germanic allies, my Armenian ally and my Parthian ally had combined their armies, on that left flank against Lando, then I think that might have turned the battle around there. I don't know what you guys think, but if they'd have combined their armies and hit Lando as a combined force, I think they would have routed him, and I think that could have maybe turned the battle on its head there. I don't know what you guys thought watching this. A very diverse battle. Look, we've got Greek cities, Germania, Armenia and Parthia in our team, very diverse. And the other team, look, they've got Carthage, Seleucid, Rome and Rome, also a very diverse team. Do you think that either team had a faction advantage? Anyway, we hope you enjoy these 40k no rule battles, and look forward to seeing you soon. In fact, I'll see you Saturday. Bye for now.